Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied.
Those are strong words. Hunger and thirst?
Yeah, when Jesus was saying this, he'd almost just returned from 40 days of fasting in the desert, so he knew what hunger was about. I think it's a big deal to skip food for even a day.
Doesn't look like you've tried that very often.
Hey.
But yes, hunger and thirst, those are real forces. When I am really truly hungry, I can't think about anything except food.
And that's the way we're supposed to hunger for righteousness. For example, to give my 10th without holding something back, pay my taxes, pay my part, and give to the poor. But I think Jesus was talking about more than just money matters.
Yeah. But okay, if we start with money, how many people do you think hunger and thirst for righteousness?
Few, hardly any. Or I've seen lots who want to be seen as very righteous. They show off how much they give with their 10th, or they show off that they always pay their part.
And many want to be righteous because they're afraid of consequences or punishment. I was a part of dealing out punishment to people who were caught cheating on taxes back when I was a tax collector. And believe me, I'm pretty sure they'd never do it again.
But doing righteousness so you can boast about it, or so you can escape some punishment, that wasn't what Jesus was talking about.
No, I believe he was talking about having a hunger and thirst for fellowship with God. That had been promised to us, that God himself would dwell with us and have fellowship with us. But because God can't tolerate unrighteousness, it's never become reality.
Let's hear that again. He was talking about having a hunger and thirst for fellowship with God. Have we thought about hunger and thirst in that way?
Even the high priest, who was supposed to be the most righteous of all, could not approach the presence of God without offering blood as an atonement for his own sins. I think Jesus was talking about those who truly long for it to be different. A life in fellowship with God, near to God.
Right. Then I want to be righteous so that I can have a personal relationship with God and live righteously in God's eyes. Then that's the only thing that matters to me.
Yeah, exactly. And if you turn it around, if all my interest is in earthly things, then it's impossible for me to hunger and thirst for righteousness. Then I want to pay as little as possible and get as much as possible for myself.
No, but like I said, I really don't think Jesus only thought about money. I think he meant to live righteously in everything.
Yeah, for example, in the way I treat people.
Yeah, how I treat them, but also how I talk about them and what I think about them, not least. It's not righteous to show partiality at all, including in my thoughts. It's not right to have lustful thoughts either.
It's not righteous to show partiality at all, including in my thoughts.
But, Peter, I get stuck here because I can honestly say I have a hunger and thirst for all this that we're talking about. But I don't understand how I can ever manage to live this way.
True, but now Jesus said that we who hunger and thirst for righteousness will be satisfied. Didn't the prophet Joel say something about a teacher who was coming that would bring us to righteousness?
Yeah, that's true. Joel prophesies that God will send a teacher for righteousness, and then we will know that God is in our midst.
That is a lot like what Jesus said about the Holy Spirit, whom he would send to lead and strengthen us. When I am hungry for living righteously before God, who also knows my thoughts, my heart, Then I'll be satisfied by the Holy Spirit teaching me and giving me the strength I need for this righteousness to be real in me.
When I am hungry for living righteously before God, then I will be satisfied by the Holy Spirit teaching me and giving me strength.
Then I really hope he sends the Spirit soon, so we can experience the rest of what the prophet Joel said. You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you.
I long for my heavenly dwelling, where, Lord, I'll behold thee one day. My longing is deep and compelling, more fully thy laws I'd obey. A yearning intense and unceasing is fervently burning in me. Dear Master, to thee to be pleasing, oh, may thy work deeper yet be. Increase deep within me my yearning. Myself will consume, Lord, with fire. O Spirit, give guidance and learning. Fulfill in me, Lord, thy desire. Oh, Father, I know it's thy pleasure, thy kingdom to give unto me. Away from the world, draw me first.